What's up, hello peeps? First things first, this stock is a bit controversial because of the harm that it actually does to people. And most financial institutions might not really recommend them as a possible investment because they're probably in some goodwill and so on and so forth. However, me, I'm just here to let you know that this stock exists. So say hello to Dividend King of Jamaica, Carreras. And with that said, ensure they like, share, comment, subscribe to tell a friend. And yo, let's begin. Alright, so about the company, Carreras was founded in 1963 and is one of the leading companies in Jamaica that is in the tobacco industry. Essentially, it primarily engages in manufacturing and marketing of tobacco and tobacco related products. And some of the brands that they produce are Crivney, Mataran, Newport, Dunhill, Pall Mall, Rothman, and Parliament. And though big, and you'll find out that this company is very big, though big, Carreras Limited is a part of the British American Tobacco Company and is one of the world's largest business with more than 200 brands across the world.
New category delivered 27% revenue growth as we continue to make good progress towards our £5 billion revenue target by 2025.
However, as relates to how much of the company it actually owns, essentially for Carreras Jamaica, it owns 50.4% of the company, and then the other 49.6% is owned by Jamaican individuals or organizations. Alright, so a little about the history. In the 1930s, Carreras UK normally sold some of its cigarettes products in Jamaica, and then in the 1950s going on to 1960s they increased distribution, but it was distributed by the Bonito brothers. Alright, so in 1962 now, which was when Jamaica got independent, Carreras was registered as a merchant to sell tobacco and tobacco related products. So they both sold and imported tobacco based products. So this includes cigars, cigarettes, snuff, match lights, and pipes, and or any other article or thing that would be useful to smokers. So essentially, after which around 1963, Carreras was essentially the first company to register a manufacturing plant in Jamaica. So say how them go way back, is me. And since 1962, essentially, Carreras has been known to provide some of the, highest quality cigars and them stuff there. So, yeah, all in aim of just meeting the consumer needs. Because, honestly, when you think about it, a lot of persons smoke. And it might be a touchy topic, but a lot of persons do it. And you will see how much persons do it when you see the billions of dollars in profits they make. And this is where, personally for me, I think them should have go back to them always, but whatever. Alright, so between 1975 and 1994, Carreras started to divest. Alright, in a cigarette business now, start divest. There are list of companies that they divested in. So yeah, agricultural products of Jamaica, Carreras Development Limited, Carreras Export Limited, Cigarette Company of Jamaica, Graphic Arts Limited, Island Bachelors, Jamaica Flexography Limited, Jamaica Graphic and Printing Supply Limited, Rothman San Sose, San Sose Hotel, and the Jamaica Biscuit Company, which out of all the list of some it's supposed to know that one. However, between the period of in the 1990, after they have had all of those companies, they started aggressively divesting, which essentially just means sell off all of them stuff that was not related to cigarettes. So this basically started double down on the cigarette business essentially. And the last transaction, which was like the nail in the coffin, was in 2005 when they sold the San Jose the San Jose Hotel. So yeah, so now they just solely focus on making cigarettes. And then, as you remember, I spoke about the split, which is 50.4% for the British American Tobacco Company and 49.6% for Jamaica. What happened is that the BAT, which is the same British American tobacco company, they merged with Rothman and then gained controlling interest in the company. And essentially, this took place in 1999. So, in some ways, you can say maybe they were the reason why them start double down on certain stuff. But alright, so for some of the highlights, evidently you know that cigarette companies are bad for your health. Some of which are literally can reverse them, and some of these are cancer, respiratory issues, cardiovascular disease, addiction because of nicotine in it, secondhand smoking, which you're supposed to know, like if you're doing somebody who smoke secondhand smoking, which I hear is worse. I hear is worse. I don't know what true is that, but I hear secondhand smoking is worse than actual smoking. So then there's that. Yeah, pregnancy complications, oral health issues, weakened immune system, mental health issues, and essentially just the reduction in quality of life right across the board. However, they do have a lot of programs that they use to help and combat it. So they make some graphic designs and box heads up. See some here, and it's just essentially just to warn you that these are the possibilities that can inherently affect you if you continue smoking or them something there. When you're addicted, you're addicted. So I don't really think it matters. Normally persons who buy cigarettes are like one them buy them to the box, but they still do like proper advertisement, and like honestly I can't tell if I've ever seen a cigarette advertisement, but people know where to get them and so on and so forth. So there is that. And the thing is, even though tobacco essentially is illegal, you have the nicotine and it affects health and social well-being and so on and so forth. So this company pays a lot in tax. So essentially the government, like, them get outside the regular tax, they do get, I think, social well-being tax. They have to pay and like fund certain initiatives to like stop people from smoking, which to be honest is a double negative, because if you sell cigarettes, why you like, yeah, I get it though, but I'm just saying it kind of affects them, but not really, to be honest. Them just try to keep it outside of young persons, so persons that are 18 and from there that are not supposed to smoke, them try to keep the advertisement away from them. So yeah, and sorry for doom and gloom, but I did actually have to get it out of the way, formalities, because they are good in the company. First off, which is hello to the dividends. I'm going at financials, we're going to talk more about it, but it is for years now, probably at least 6 years now, have been the highest dividend paying stock on the Jamaica Stock Exchange at around anywhere from 8 to 10% depending on what price you have the shares at. The closest company that pays to it is Trans Jamaica, and Trans is recent. They've been doing this for years. However, there is something I don't like about it, but I'll mention it in the financials. Their dividend cover ratio is something. For the most part, it's something. So there's that. However, when you invest in this company, it is a stable stock. Honestly, I've been watching Carreras for a good while now, years, and I don't think I've ever seen it at $7 or even at $9. It's just always in between the $8, $8.10, probably to $8.60. Yeah, never really see it go. So it's a stable stock. So essentially, if you buy and sell at particular times, then yeah, it's just one of them company there. And as I'm saying, them pay dividends, so then they pay dividend 4 times for the year. The reason why I've been making this video, because I think they have another dividend coming out in December. So you probably, if you want to jump up on that, you're not going to get 9%, you're going to get probably a fourth of 9% or 10%, give or take. If you're looking at a company to just hold the money in, when I did the calculations, they have to fix up themselves in a way for continue on the path that they are, even if them continue to make a bag of money. So there's that. The third thing essentially is that they have a big market cap. So when I say that the price don't really move, it's not that they don't have the volume, it's just that the amount of money that is required to actually move this company would be a lot. It's a $1 billion company. Essentially, their market cap is $39 billion. So yeah, and they do make billions per year, which is good. So there is that. But yeah, this video essentially short. It is not really much them do other than sell cigarette and cigarette based products. So there wasn't much to say, and YouTube and them stuff they can really divulge too much into it, because it's going to be a controversy topic whenever I'm doing the AdSense stuff. So yeah. But hey guys, we're going to go to the financials and then we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to show you the DuPont as always. We're going to show you the 10-year trajectory. I have some ratios that I want to show you, plus the dividend coverage ratio, which I think is very, very important. But yeah, so I'll jump to it. Alright, family. Yo, just always so the same. Anyways, we'll look at it now. First things first, more highlight is that when you see $50 million right here, so this is not $15 million here. So the zero them up at top means them zero essentially supposed to go on them here. You see me? So this is actually $15 billion with a B. Just find that out from the start. $15 billion. You see me? Enough companies nah see this. Nah see this. Some companies not gonna ever see this. You see me? But this is $1 billion in operation revenue. Alright. When you go down and look on the profits for the year is $4 billion in 2022 and $3.6 billion in 2023. Just there highlight them there for sure, yo. So yo, I know little bit among money them money I use. And when you look at the assets, like them assets, most of them non-current assets are like it didn't reach $1 billion yet. But yet still they're making $14-15 billion in revenue. So that goes to show. So yo, they can already say yo they're efficient. The non-current now, it's bigger because they mostly keep up inventory and them some there of cigars and rate. So there's that. And you might wonder why you only have 2 years of financials. Well, I'll go to that. We'll get more. But to show you this now, you know, really, I gotta say, granted, basically, because profit margins fell by about 3%, and then return on asset also fell by about like 6 or so percent, and then leverage actually increased. The money them have to borrow essentially did more than asset compared to the previous year. Alright, so there was that. Essentially, DuPont, you're not going to really see much on this time frame because of 2 years. But not to worry. We still do my due diligence. Alright, I just didn't want to show you guys how big these figures are for this company. So yeah, and look how much money they paid in dividends. 2022 was $4.1 billion, and in 2023 was 3.7. And you might have said, how am I paying more money? Because it's 4.1 and 3.7. It is less actually. They are still like less. So the net revenue is less than the actual dividends paid out. But let me say, I did do due diligence. So essentially we're doing that. We're doing this. We're doing this really. So as you can see, dividend coverage ratio for 2023 was 101. Means that them essentially paid out more money they made in net revenue in dividends than what they actually made. So they basically pay more than what they make for that year. And they did it again in 2023. Where they might get the excess money from? Nowhere but reserves, which is roughly around here. So that be like this, I guess. However, to get a better understanding of what is going on, we have to go through the 10-year, which yes, I did go through. They normally have a bridge version of the 10 years. This is actually 11 years because we just add 2023 to it as well. But a bridge version normally them left out a lot of stuff, so I did have to put in some other figures. That was fun. We have a look at time, that's why it takes so long. But I go through literally every financial year and know and check how much money they paid per year basically. So this would be 2012, 2013, so on and so forth. And yeah, as you'll see, their best year as relates to revenue and net revenue at the end of the day really was 2013. They have not seen $6 billion again. I think probably what actually even associated with it would probably be other stuff like others. Yeah, like not name operation. But yeah, well, I see they marginally went up year over year. So other activities that happened. But 2013 gone long time. Alright, so what is important? As you can see, what is important for person with a phone, I've added the dividends payout for all 10 years and then calculated how much like them use basically how much money out of them reserves them use each year for pay out the dividend. As you can see, the dividend coverage ratio 104%, 91%, 85%, 133, 144, 90.55, 103, 121, 86, and it just keeps on going even up to, as we did say, the most recent, which is 101.3 and 101.18. So there is that. However, this is not good. You can't really have a company with a payout dividend. That means they're not really leaving much room to do any form of innovation or anything along that line. You see me? But what I did with the Excel is a conditional format, and basically it says that anything over zero would be, anything under zero would be in red. Meaning, so zero, that means you use no money from reserve basically. So 2012 them borrow 121 million. You see me? And then the green now would mean how much money them put back in reserve. So in a 2013 and 2014 them actually putting back close like $1 billion. You see me? And then them practically take it out back 2050. Say, and then them take out more in 2016, and then 2017 then put back in some, which is green, and it really correlates with all of the revenue of them that make. It's like what them use 90% of the revenue for pay out dividends, and then the 10% them put back into reserves basically. So the same thing for 2018, 2019, them borrow money COVID, so they borrow a pretty penny there. So but like man, them did a stress out over COVID, so they make a good little change. So them essentially do that. Do that. As right now, so them take 43 mil, which is a good sign compared from what them normally I take 43 mil, and yeah, them taking 43 mil, but it's still over the 100%. So I would prefer if them basically they like kind of drop them thing like around 50%, even 50% enough. But if a company this size, 50% would still give a lot of wiggle room. This stock is essentially just a dividend stock, really. So yeah, like when you check it out in the grand scheme of things, their reserve is this, the line here basically. The reserve is this. The reserve is this, alright? And when you check it out in the grand scheme of things, if they continue doing this, then all of them make revenue still, so they always are replenish it as they use it. But it is a weird dynamic, weird dynamic. It's $1 billion them have essentially left, and they'll prop up more next year and so on and so forth. But it just, just feels weird. It just feels weird in the sense that them always go above a certain percentage over 100 almost every year. It kind of, yeah, because out of these 11 years, five, so basically 50% at the time, them like basically reached 100% and have to put more reserves. But we saw them next year, and here what I did do a graph to show you like how it stays. So the blue one is the profits that they make for the year, and the yellow one is the dividends. And as you can see, them always close. Like them always close. The dividend, see there, these 2 years dividend beat out the profit I'm actually have. So it's supposed to correlate. So anytime the blue is greater than the orange, it's supposed to be green. So yeah, we can kind of check back to see if my calculations accurate. Wait, so that is that. Whenever, as you can, as I say, year one, say 20, year one will be 2012. Going forward, you can see, say, most years them essentially use out all them profit. So yeah, and then now for DuPont, which I may say the 10-year would be better, okay, you can kind of see something now. As you can see, essentially their margins have been the same, which means them try sell it at a relatively reasonable price, right? Um, yeah. However, as you can see, the return on assets, which means they have become more and more efficient, the return on asset has steadily been increasing year by year. So, yeah, steadily increasing year by year. And so 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 2018 and 2023 essentially on the same level. For sure, you say, oh, wow, they have been efficient in that capacity. I guess when COVID did go on, they had to find other means, which I guess made it better. But then, places were more bad now, so yeah, companies face the music. Everything else, leverage has increased, but it is lower than the return on assets, which means that the return on asset is the significant driver, meaning their efficiency that is allowing them to, be making these big moves. Same thing with return on equity is the same. Essentially, it got less than the return on assets. Yeah, but as shareholders, yeah, get dividends, like one of the highest paying stocks them. So your return is still hefty. However, last thing that we will look at, and I'm gonna if you want to screenshot this or yeah, hopefully everybody can see. I'll just move across the screen slowly. Probably want like just look at it. So yeah. We're going to relative valuation, which honestly is pointless because there's only really two big retail companies in that capacity that could be in with Carreras, and is Caribbean producers. And as you can see, if you want to find your PE, trailing EPS, move on the per share, yeah, PE is 9, so 9 years to get back your money. As in book value per share is nice. It's nice. Anyways, the fair value would be $56 because yeah, and it's skewed, like it's skewed so bad because it's gonna be like a 200 and call it $292 because the actual value that I want to see on the market is $31.46. But Carreras is nowhere near that. Carreras at about $8 one or $8 something. As you can see, Carreras not really move as I said. The price is like $8 on, $8 mash. Base back in the times it was $9.82, $10 maybe. But it's been relatively steady, so it didn't really move. So this figure, unless you got calculate the event you get, it didn't really yeah. So honestly, Carreras is basically a buy it for the same price, just a buy it for the dividends, as you can see. So yeah, that is really it. As always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the like, share, comment, subscribe to a friend, and yo, catch you in the next video. As always, love you guys. Peace.